In the previous discussion of the problem, we have seen the long transmission line and we have solved the ABCD constants for that long transmission line. And now let us go for this problem where we can find out the performance parameters of this long transmission line called as efficiency and regulation using the ABCD constants, right? So before going for the solution, let me have a given data. The given data for this model is, they have given that the operating voltage is based upon the operating voltage, it is confirmed that it is a long transmission line, and the operating voltage on the receiving end side VR line value, it is equal to 275 kV, which in general will be taken as reference in throughout our problems. Okay, and the impedance offered for that transmission line, for this entire transmission line of long length, is Z is equal to given as R plus JXL, whose value is 12.5 ohms plus J 66 ohms. This is ohmic value. And the shunt admittance Y is given as, neglecting G. Actually G value is also there, but it is very small, so that here in this problem they have given it as 0. So the magnitude of Y is 4.4 into 10 power minus 4 mho. Since I am saying that it is only due to capacitance, we can write that as plus J. So that in the given data, the line value on the receiving end side was given 275 kV. And series impedance was given, which forms with resistance and inductance as 12.5 plus J 66. And admittance was given in the problem with neglecting shunt conductance, that is 0, and capacitive susceptance as 4.4 into 10 power minus 4. In other words, you can write this capital Y as 4.4 into 10 power minus 4 at an angle plus 90. Okay, so for this transmission line parameters Z and Y, they are asking us to find out ABCD constants. Previous problem also we solved for ABCD using two methods called complex angle method and real angle method, that is power series and hyperbolic terms. Okay, so using any of the method we can calculate this ABCD. Specifically, if they ask you to find out by mentioning the name, then you have to go for that calculation only. Right now they have not mentioned for us to find out this ABCD constants, so directly I can go for any of the method. Right now I will be using power series method, Maclaurin series, that is complex angle method. Okay, so ABCD constants, after finding out that, still they have given that in the problem, the receiving end side, the load is connected with a power on the receiving end side, whose value is a three-phase value. Three-phase power is given as 250 megawatts, 250 megawatts with a load power factor cos phi r as 0.9 lagging. Okay, and for these two quantities given, after finding out this ABCD, we have to estimate the values that are available on the sending end side, called as sending end voltage Vs, sending end current Is, power factor on the sending end side cos phi s, efficiency and regulation. All these 5 parameters are to be calculated using the entire data. Okay, so this is our given data. Next, let me go for the solution part. The solution part is, first of all, to do anything, we have to get the magnitudes of Z and Y in the required formats. The required format here is preferable if those two quantities are represented in polar format, so that capital Z for this entire transmission line, whose value is equal to 12.5 plus J 66 ohms, is now rewritten in polar notation as square root of, what is polar notation? Magnitude. What is magnitude? Square root of 12.5 square plus 66 square. Root of a square plus b square is the magnitude. Then we will get the magnitude as 67.17 ohmic value, which makes an angle. That angle is tan inverse of 66 by 12.5, that is complex form to polar form conversion, where we will get that angle as 79.27 degrees. That is series impedance Z. You may ask me here, since it is a long transmission line, it should be of distributed parameters. Of course, they are distributed parameters. That distribution parameters are obtained here in the format of gamma L. Okay, where gamma is the propagation constant. Since we are taking that gamma L concept into consideration, default these values are named as distributed, right? So that Z value is 67.17 at an angle 79.27 degrees, whereas capital Y is also there with us, whose value is 4.4 into 10 power minus 4, making an angle of 90 degrees, being G as 0. Once these two values are there with us, we can go for the product of Y and Z. Why to go for the product of Y and Z? Because in our notations, either for power series method or real angle method, the ABCD constants are known prior to us. What are ABCD constants? A is equal to D, which is equal to cos H gamma L, where L is the length of the entire line, and B is equal to ZC sin H gamma L, and C is equal to 1 by ZC sin H gamma L, where gamma is propagation constant and gamma is equal to, mathematically we can write this as square root of small y into small z. Then gamma L can be written as, if you multiply that L taking into the square root side, then you can get it as L square YL into ZL given as capital Y into capital Z. This is gamma L. Okay. As per the series of expansions, power series methods, we know the magnitude of A is equal to D. A is equal to D always. The magnitude of that A is equal to D is cos H gamma L, which can be written as per the series. Neglecting higher orders, you will get that as YZ by 2. A is equal to D, which is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. Whereas B is equal to, constant B is equal to ZC sin H gamma L. Expanding that sin H gamma L series and multiplying that series with ZC, where ZC is the characteristic impedance or also called as surge impedance, whose value is equal to root of capital Z by capital Y. So if you simplify that, in the last class we came to know that its value is Z into capital Z series impedance into the series. The series is 1 plus YZ by 6, neglecting the higher powers. The fraction what you will get for B is 1 plus YZ by 6. And similarly, the constant C out of ABCD constants, the constant C is 1 by ZC sin H gamma L. So expanding the series sin H gamma L from the last class what we discussed and multiplying it with 1 by ZC, that is root of capital Y by Z, then we get that value as capital Y into 1 plus YZ by 6. These are ABCD constants as per Maclaurin series with an assumption that higher powers are neglected. Then the ABCD constants I am rewriting here to have a overview. That is A is equal to D, which is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. Here also it is 1 plus YZ by 2. And B is equal to capital Z into 1 plus YZ by 6. C is equal to capital Y into 1 plus YZ by 6. Should not forget these formulas, which are very hard for doing this problem. So once these ABCD constants are identified, then to get the constants of this ABCD, one requires the product of Y and Z. That is why in the first step I will calculate the product of Y and Z, which is equal to product rules. Let me expand that Y and Z values. The Z value is 67.17 at an angle 79.27 degrees should be multiplied with Y value. Y value is 4.4 into 10 power minus 4, making an angle of plus 90. As per the product rules, we have to multiply the magnitudes and angles should be added. Then we will get the constant YZ as YZ value is equal to 0. So the YZ value is equal to 0.02956, which makes an angle. Sum of these two gives us 169.27 degrees. This YZ is at most helpful for me for estimating the constants of ABCD. Okay, so let me try to solve for A constant and D constant. So A is equal to D, which is equal to, as per this formula, 1 plus YZ by 2. I'll write that as 1 plus YZ by 2. YZ value is, this is the value, that is 0.02956, which is divided with 2, and as it is, angle was left over 169.27. Then the magnitude of A is equal to D. Both values are same. What you get in simplification is its value is equal to 0.985493, which makes an angle of 0.159 degrees. If you recall our last class, how to verify whether the obtained ABCD constants are in the valid range or not. So as I told you, always the constant A will be less than 1. Right now here also A is equal to 2, whose value is less than 1.98, and angle is also very small angle. The angle is also very small angle. So that A is equal to D, constant was identified very clearly. The next thing is, after A is equal to D constant, we have to calculate B value. Okay, for that also we require YZ, which was calculated priorly. Then the constant B is now the Z multiplied by, what is Z value? 67.17 at an angle 79.27. This is Z value, is to be multiplied with fraction. What is fraction? 1 plus YZ by 6. That is 1 plus, what is YZ product? 0.02956 by 6, making an angle of 169.27. Simplify this in calculator. You will get the constant B as 66.84 at an angle 79.32. This is constant B very clearly. And from the last class discussion, the constant B value should be always approximately equal to the impedance value. If you check out the impedance capital Z, the impedance capital Z is 67 ohms approximately, and B constant what we get here is also 66, nearer to that Z value. So what we are calculating, we are going in a right path. Okay, so one more constant is left over called as C constant. Then what is C constant? The constant C is given by, as per the formula, Y into, yes, this is C, which is equal to Y into 1 plus YZ by 6. Using that formula directly, the constant C you can get is Y value. Y value is 4.4 into 10 power minus 4, making an angle of 90 degrees, is to be multiplied with the fraction available. What is the fraction available? 1 plus YZ by 6. The YZ product is 0.02956 at an angle 169.27 divided by 6. S. Simplifying in the calculator, you will get the magnitude of C to be very approximately equal to the Y value as per our previous discussion. Then the C value what you will get is, once verify in the calculator, what is the value you are getting? 4.37 into 10 power minus 4, making with a certain angle. The angle is 90.05 degrees. Okay, so this is C value. So finally we got the constants called ABCD values. Once using these ABCD constants, we can find out our next calculations. What are our next calculations? So far what we get is ABCD constants using power series method, or also called as complex angle method. And the next step is to get Vs, Is, cos phi s. Later finally efficiency and regulation. So to get them, we want the basic performance equations of a two-port network. The basic equations of a two-port network are Vs in terms of VRIR, Is in terms of VRIR, where Vs and Is are dependable quantities. VR and IR are independent quantities. ABCD constants are transmission line parameters. Then the performance equations are Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR. Similarly, Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. Then here the calculations are required because these ABCD constants are made up of with Y and Z. That Y and Z values are given for one phase, per phase basis. Out of this equation ABCDs, they are since in per phases, the receiving end voltage and receiving current VRIR should also be taken in per phase. For that reason, I will calculate first of all the receiving end voltage per phase using star connection formula. What is star formula? V phase is equal to VL by root 3. The receiving end voltage line value divided by root 3. If you simplify for that, then its value will be 275 kV, 275 into 10 power 3 divided by root 3, which was taken as reference in our calculation. Then the receiving end voltage per phase value will be 158.77 into 10 power 3 because it is kVs at an angle 0 degrees being a reference. Using this phase value of receiving end side, I will calculate IR per phase from the power value given. What is power value given? 3 phase. The 3 phase power given is 250 megawatts. So 250 into 10 power 6 is the megawatts of a 3 phase value divided by 3 into V phase cos phi. What is V phase? 158.77 into 10 power 3 into cos phi. The power factor is 0.9. Simplify it in the calculator to get the current value. So the magnitude of the current on simplification in the calculator is 583.2 amperes. Okay. So as important as it is, 583.2 amperes. And we know that the power factor is a lagging power factor. Since the power factor is lagging, this IR phase, current on the receiving end side will be a lagging current with respect to this voltage. Then I can write this IR phase as its magnitude, because it is a phasor, its magnitude as well as angle. How to get the angle? Since cos phi r is 0.9, then the magnitude of phi r is equal to cos inverse of 0.9. Phi r is equal to cos inverse of 0.9. Then you will get this as 25.84 degrees. I will use that 25.84 degrees in my current calculation value, whose phasor can be given as 183.2 magnitude at an angle minus, the minus is because of lagging power factor, inductive load with an angle of 25.84. So VR and IR are there. Then I can use this Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR formula directly. Okay, let me substitute that. So Vs is equal to AVR. What is A value? 0.9854 at an angle 0.159. A VR value is 158.77 into 10 power 3 at an angle 0. This is AVR plus BIR. What is BIR? Plus B constant. The B constant is 66.84. So you can write this as 66.84 magnitude B at an angle 79.32 B into IR. What is IR? Receiving end current per phase we calculated just now. Its value is 583.2, making an angle of minus 25.84. Okay. So this is VS equation. AVR plus BIR. Simplify for that in the calculator. You will get the VS per phase, whose value is equal to per phase voltage on the sending end side. What we get is 182,439. 182,439. This much amount of voltage is available on the sending end side, which is to be injected per phase value, which makes an angle of 10.03 degrees. Verify in the calculator. This is phase value. If at all, if we want the line value, we have to multiply it with root 3, because V phase, if you know V phase, VL is equal to root 3 V phase. Then VL is equal to sending end side line value, VL is equal to root 3 into V phase, whose magnitude on the sending end side with line value as 315,994 volts. That is line value. This is phase value. Okay. And the next step is to find out the sending end current using the second performance equation. What is second performance equation? IS is equal to CVR plus DIR. Let me substitute the magnitudes of C and D separately with known values of VR and IR. Then what we get is 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 equal to CVR. Constant C is there. Yes, this is constant C. Let me substitute them. 4.37 into 10 power minus 4, making an angle of 90.05 C into VR per phase. The VR per phase is 158.77 kV CVR plus DIR. D value itself is equal to A, whose value is less than 1, and I can write that as 0.9854 at an angle 0.159. So CVR plus D into IR is left over. That IR value is also known for us priorly. 583.2 at an angle minus 25.84. Okay. Substitute all those, use the calculator in the complex mode and find out the current IS. This is also a per phase value. Then the current IS per phase value, what you will get is the sending end side current. We have to observe that this much amount of current will pass on the sending end side, 548.1 amperes. It's a lagging current because the load is lagging load, and the transmission line is also a lagging parameters line, which is equal to having an angle of minus 19.1 degrees. This is VS. This is VS. Very important. So finally, what I am using here, the equations, very well known equations. VS is equal to AVR plus BIR and IS is equal to CVR plus DIR. Right now, with us we are having the sending end quantities called voltage and current, where we have to get from this voltage and current phase angle. The phase angle on the sending end side phi s is equal to, phase angle on the sending end side phi s is equal to phase angle on sending end side voltage minus phase angle on the sending end side current. So subtraction of those two, I mean to say that its values are 10.03, 10.03 minus of minus 19.1. If you sum up those two, what we get is 29.13 angle. This is phi s, phase angle on the sending end side. Apply cos to that in order to get the power factor, because the definition of the power factor is cosine of the phase angle is gives the power factor. So apply the cos term to this phi s, then you will get the cos phi s. What is cos phi s now? The cos phi s power factor on the sending end side cos phi s is equal to the value, whose value is equal to cos phi s value. You can get this approximately 0.92 lag. You can verify this. Okay. So cos phi s is also known for us. Then what we have to get is the sending end side power. The sending end side power, whose value is given as PS. Formula for PS is, in two ways we can write the formula for the sending end power PS. Root 3 VLIL cos phi, otherwise 3 V phase I phase cos phi. Let me write out in the phase values, which is called as 3 V phase I phase cos phi. You can also write and cross check in terms of line values also, both are same. It is your wish to write up the formula for the sending end power. Right now I am solving this with the phase values. 3 into V phase of the sending end voltage, it is this value. How much it is? 182439. This much amount of voltage injected on the sending end side with the current passage of per phase current. Current is always a per phase current, whose magnitude is 548.1 multiplied by power factor cos of the angle cos of 29.13. If you simplify throughout all this, then you will get the sending end power PS in megawatts. What is that PS in megawatts? If you check it, its value is 262.03 megawatts. This much amount of power it will be taking from the source side called sending end side. So then we can calculate the efficiency from that PS and PR given. So let me calculate the efficiency here, whose value is equal to receiving end side divided by sending end side, output by input. Substituting the values, you will get this efficiency as, efficiency is equal to 95.4%. This much amount of percentage you can estimate for the long transmission line with ABCD known constants. This type of model is very simple when compared with analytical method. In analytical method, you have to go for KCLs and KVLs and you have to put it all the quantities in phasors, which makes the calculations to be complex. Once if you know ABCD constants, then it is the easiest procedure for finding out Vs and Is irrespective to the known circuit. You don't need the circuit at all, topology at all, because for every pi network or T network or long or short and this long transmission line also, we have defined our own ABCD constants depending upon the transmission line. So right now here in the first stages we calculated ABCD. Using that ABCD, we calculated Vs and Is from the performance equations. The performance equations are Vs is equal to AVR plus BIR, Is is equal to CVR plus DIR. Altogether, we got the magnitudes of Vs and Is along with their angles. With the help of that angles, we calculated phi s. Frere power factor is also obtained, followed by efficiency. And only one bit is left over, that is no load voltage. What is the purpose of no load voltage here? The no load voltage is very important to find out the regulation. We all of us know the regulation formula. What is formula for the regulation? So regulation is equal to VR0 minus VR by VR. This is the mathematical formula. VR0 minus VR by VR. In that the receiving end voltage is directly given. Its line value is 275 kV. Then I have to bother about VR0. So how to get that VR0 is the next step. Okay. So it is very simple to get VR0 in this ABCD constants method whenever you go for the analytical method. In analytical method, you should be in a position to draw the circuit at no load, analyze that circuit at no load, apply the voltage division rule, knowing the parameters. But the parameters are not directly given for you. They will give Y. But in no load circuit calculation, you require XC, whose value is ohm, but they are given mho. Feels somewhat difficult in calculating VR0 in the analytical method. But this ABCD constants, as I am telling you, I want VR0. Okay. So how to get VR0? Yes, this equation plays a major role in getting VR0. Not represents no load. No load specifically we have defined it as the current on the receiving end is 0. Then we can say that it is no load operation. Since the current IR is 0, this factor will become 0. Very simple. Okay. So I can write here the equation for you separately with the condition of IR is equal to 0. Then I can write that Vs performance equation as, what is performance equation of Vs? Vs is equal to A VR. Specifically I will denote it with 0. VR0. Why I have shown that VR0? Because followed to that VR0 actually there is a term called BIR. Since IR is 0 at no load, means this equation is corresponding to voltage equation at no load. And also we defined one more condition at no load. At no load, always the injected voltage will be the calculated value. So that VR0 value from this can be written very carefully as VR0 is equal to Vs by constant A. VR0 is equal to Vs divided by constant A. So this is VR0. What we have to calculate? Its value is equal to VR0 is equal to Vs divided by A, which is very, very important. As simple as. Let me calculate that VR0. So the calculation regarding to that VR0 is, VR0 is equal to, as per formula it should be Vs by A, whose value is equal to, the Vs value already we got it in per phase, that value is 182439, which is to be divided with constant A. Constant A is already found from the first step itself, whose value is equal to 0.985493. Take the ratio of those two. What you will get is the voltage VR0, receiving end side available voltage under no load condition. VR0 value as 185,142. And theory also says that, the magnitude of this VR0, should be greater than VR for the lagging loads. This is applicable for lagging load. VR0 value should be greater than VR. Verify that VR0 and VR. VR0 value is 185,142, whereas VR per phase value is 158.77, which is less when compared with VR0. Then the percentage regulation is equal to VR0 185,142 minus Vs. VR0 minus VR. What is VR? 158.77 into 10 power 3. 158.77 into 10 power 3 is to be divided with full load voltage. 158.77 into 10 power 3. Then the percentage regulation is equal to, if you simplify in the calculator, then we will get the percentage regulation as 16.61%. This is regulation, and this regulation is a positive value because lagging load. For lagging load, what is the condition? VR0 must be greater than VR. Okay, whereas for leading loads called capacitive loads, this VR naught value will be less than VR. Then you will get the negative regulation. Regulations answers will be negative. Don't become confused. If at all the load is capacitive load, then the regulations will be negative, indicating that receiving end voltage is less than at no load is less than receiving end voltage at full load condition. Okay. Hope we calculated all the constants and all the required values, like ABCD values are calculated, VSIS cos phi s 3 values are calculated, and efficiency is estimated to be 95.4%, and its regulation is equal to 16.61. Here I have to tell you one very important point. This VR naught calculation is very simple for this ABCD constants method. In a single line I can tell my VR naught value rather than big analytical process. Okay, so what is that VR naught? VR naught is equal to Vs by A. Okay, so in the next class we are going to see what is meant by this long transmission line equations and how to interpret in the real time. All right.